If you guys haven't seen a worse unlucky footballer than this, then what have you seen? In today's video, we will tell you people. So let's go to its unlucky football towards life.
The prodigy's return, Marco Reus's journey. In Dortmund streets, a skinny boy's fierce focus shone through every kick. But the big club said he was simply too small. He moved to Aalen, grinding hard on muddy pitches. His singular goal, proving every single critic wrong. From the lower leagues, scouts started whispering his name. Then Borussia Mönchengladbach called, and he truly exploded onto the scene. His finishing was precise, his presence mesmerizing every weekend. By 2012, he was undeniable, one of Germany's brightest young footballing talents. Then came the fairy tale twist. His boyhood club wanted their hero back. It felt like destiny itself had finally smiled upon the rejected boy. He poses with the famous yellow jersey, feeling the weight of history. His smile said it all. This was just the beginning. Reus, the heartbreak of destiny. Reus's return to Dortmund was like a scene straight out of a movie. The fans welcomed him as their prodigal son. With Jurgen Klopp at the helm, Reus became the heartbeat of Dortmund's attack. Goals came like poetry, precise, beautiful, unstoppable. Dortmund reached the Champions League final, showing the world their potential. Germany's national coach, Joachim Löw, took notice too. Reus was now one of the first names on Germany's team sheet for the upcoming 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Pundits called him the X Factor, for Germany, the secret weapon who could lead them to glory. But life has its cruel timing. Just 1 week before the flight to Brazil, Reus twisted his ankle in a collision. The stadium went silent. He screamed, clutching his leg, a sound no fan ever forgot. World Cup over. As the team boarded the plane to Brazil, Reus sat home, staring at the television. The heartbreak of Reus, a warrior's tale. The 2014 World Cup was supposed to be his moment of glory. Instead, it became a profound symbol of personal heartbreak and a missed golden chance. Months later, returning, a shadow of caution followed every explosive sprint. He fought hard for Dortmund, but injuries always found a way back. As Euro 2016 approached, hope turned into agonizing doubt over his fitness. Heartbreak struck again. He was officially ruled out, missing the major championship. He kept smiling for the cameras, but the private battle against doubt intensified. By 2018, Reus was finally in the squad. His chance for redemption had arrived. The campaign ended in disaster as the defending champions shockingly exited early. He scored 1 goal, but the collective failure mocked his personal effort. To the fans, he symbolized immense, recurring misfortune in the sport. Yet, to his teammates, he remained the warrior who never surrendered to pain. The legend and the ghost, Marco Reus's resilience. By 2019, Marco Reus was both a legend and a ghost, always one injury away from disappearing. The list of muscle tears, knee pain, and ankle sprains grew longer with each passing season. Despite the constant setbacks, he returned to the pitch with that same fiery, yet pained, smile. Every fall, every grimace on the field made the fans' hearts sink with dread. When Dortmund lost key finals, Reus was often sidelined or limping through the intense pain. Journalists began labeling him the unluckiest footballer alive, and perhaps they weren't wrong. Yet, off the pitch, Reus never blamed fate or offered a single complaint about his misfortune. He simply declared, "I love this club, and I will fight for it until I can't walk." Those powerful words defined his entire existence at the club he cherished so deeply. Even his teammates admired his strength, looking up to his resilience more than any potential trophy. At Sancho and at Haaland, saw a man fighting not for fame, but for loyalty. He fought to protect Dortmund and the beautiful game that kept breaking his heart. Marco Reus, the indestructible spirit. Then came 2021. After years of pain, the football gods finally gave him a moment of peace. Reus led Borussia Dortmund to victory in the DFB Pokal final, lifting his first major trophy as captain. Tears glistened in his eyes as the confetti fell. For once, luck had smiled. That night, he wasn't the unlucky one. He was the hero, the boy who had fallen 100 times and still stood tall. Fans around the world celebrated not just Dortmund's win, but Reus's story. Despite being offered chances to leave, Reus stayed loyal to Dortmund. While others chased glory in Spain or England, he remained in the yellow wall's shadow, playing for love, not medals. "This is my home," he said simply. Even when new generations came, Sancho, Bellingham, Holland Rice adapted, becoming the mentor, the leader, the heart. His influence stretched beyond the pitch. Coaches praised his professionalism, fans adored his humility. Yes, his body was fragile, but his spirit was indestructible. Every time people thought he was finished, he came back again and again, proving that true greatness isn't about trophies, but about how many times you rise after fall. Marco Reus, the unlucky icon of loyalty. Today, when you hear the name Marco Reus, you don't think of World Cups or Ballon d'Ors. You think of loyalty. You think of heartbreak. You think of a man who never stopped fighting. Reus never won the Champions League. He never played in a World Cup final. But he won something far greater: the eternal respect of football fans everywhere. Because football isn't just about medals. It's about emotion, struggle, and spirit. In Dortmund, his legacy lives in every cheer, every banner, every fan who still wears his jersey. They know his story, the boy who returned home, the man who kept believing. When asked once if he ever regretted his journey, Reus smiled and said, "No, luck can't define me. My love for the game does." And maybe that's what makes him truly great. Marco Reus, the most unlucky footballer in the world, and yet, somehow, one of the most inspiring. Because sometimes, the most beautiful stories in football are written not by those who win, but by those who never give up.